Okay, we're here at the next forum, and I'm here with Kim Snyder from KlariVis, and Kim just got done moderating our panel on tech efficiencies. And Kim, one of the things that I took away from this panel was how much community banks rely on Excel and how much community banks expect their people to know everything there is to know about Excel. And it seems like if they only knew what was possible, they would jump into the world of data. Can you elaborate on that for us a little bit?
Well, I think Excel obviously has been around forever, right? And so it absolutely is the tool that our community banks are forced to use because of the way that data is delivered to them from their core system and other systems, right? They have to do these data extract files using query-based report writing systems. They dump the data in Excel to do anything with it. And so at KlariVis, we kind of automate all of that for the banks. We don't get rid of Excel, but we eliminate a lot of the manual work that goes into Excel as well as and into report generation. And we also eliminate the errors that occur. We actually were on a call the other day with one of our prospects, and the FDIC just banged him upside the head because he had an error wrong in Excel for his risk ratings, and those loans didn't get reported to the board. And it was really, they didn't need to be reported to the board, it was just that the risk rating that was put into Excel manually was incorrect. And so those are the problems that happen with Excel. There's just tons of manual work that goes on, but you're never going to eliminate it, right? It has to be part of the package that banks are going to use.
Right. And you know, change usually happens when the board is on board, right? And there are many executives at community banks that want to make change happen, but sometimes they just don't have a loud enough voice even in the boardroom. But with companies like yours, data analytics are so important. Giving data to the front end user and having them interpret the data and unifying the bank with its mission, data driven, how far can that go with actually getting the board on board with making a big change like that?
You know, it's interesting. I think at the smaller banks, the board is involved in purchasing a solution like KlariVis. We actually have a board reporting suite. And so oftentimes the way our executive teams engage the board is talking about, well, do you really know how long it takes us to put together our board package every month? And comparing that with, you know, a solution like KlariVis where that amount of time is eliminated, and instead the bankers can actually take a step back and analyze the information, to your point, before they go into the board meeting. Look, I was the CFO for a community bank for 10 years. I know what that exercise is like, and all you do is spend your time putting together the information, and you're literally walking into the boardroom hot off the press. And so when you have those conversations at the board level, they get it, okay? But a solution like KlariVis, I think at banks, let's say 500 million or above, very rarely does the board get involved with that. The C-suite is able to bring that in, and then we have unlimited licenses, which is unusual for a solution like ours because we want everybody in the bank to have access to that data and to have self-service access. So I used to tease my CEO when I was the CFO of my bank. I'm like, you think there's a magic button? There's not. It's a lot of people doing the work to get those reports and those graphs made and that information disseminated. And so we created the magic button, or the easy button, I call it, at KlariVis.
That's great. One of the things we do with Banking Plus is we try to encourage people that are sort of just starting off in their career. And my career, I started off as a teller. And there are many people in entry-level positions in all different funnels of the bank. What would you say to someone who's very interested in data analytics? What would be their best approach within their bank to talk to someone about pursuing a career at the community bank, but in that funnel of data analytics based out of where they are currently?
Yeah, unfortunately, the field of data analytics inside of banking, it's limited, again, to what the core processors give. So the first place that they would start is learning how to write Cognos-based reports, which is not at all what I would call data analytics, but anyway. So in the banking space, you know, I encourage all young people, if you have a desire to expand your knowledge, you need to do that work at home. Like I did, right? I wouldn't be where I am today had I not put in all the extra hours when I was at KPMG and just going through my career, learning the things that I needed to learn. And today, the resources are just so valuable out there. There's just plentiful, right? You can YouTube, you can learn Power BI, right, through some Microsoft Power BI courses that teaches you a little bit about data modeling and those types of things. And then there's some online certifications as well. I don't think banking today has set up programs for data analytic growth. if you will, inside the actual bank. But there certainly are banks out there that are hiring, and that's the problem. So here's the issue, and really the beauty of what we've done. Oftentimes the folks who understand the data, they do not understand the banking business. And so trying to marry those two things together is really, really difficult. And so that's what's unique about our company. We have 65 employees. Over 35 of us have worked at a community bank before, or have worked in banking before. And so we have the banking vision and we have the technological expertise, and we marry them together. It's really, really hard to do that inside of a bank because it's this constant back and forth. You want me to do what? And the business leader says, oh yes, I want this, right? And he can't really describe what this is, and then the data person or the report person goes back and tries to create that. No, that's not exactly what I want. And there's this constant back and forth. And so if you're a young person, you're in banking, and you want to learn more about data analytics, I would encourage you to explore on your own, in your own time, some options that are out there, because there's plenty of resources there for you to get started.
Kim Snyder from KlariVis, thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Sean.
Yep.